Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm sharing how to draw an illustration or composition from your imagination, even when you're stuck and don't know what to draw. It starts with just drawing one subject and adding more as you go, so let's get started. So this little mushroom drawing is not so much a drawing tutorial, but more just a process that I go through sometimes to create a complete drawing scene from my imagination, even when I don't have it all planned out in my head yet, and even if I need to refer to photo references to bring it all together. So I know sometimes staring at a blank sheet of paper, I can feel paralyzed and just overthink the whole process. I'll share some tips for getting unstuck that have helped me, and hopefully these can help you too. So for me, step one is choosing a primary subject. As an example, I had this blank sheet inside of my Pentalic watercolor journal, and before I could overthink it, I just decided one simple subject I could start with is a mushroom. This is an easy subject to quickly find a reference photo for. You don't want to go from staring at a blank sheet of paper to endlessly scrolling for the perfect reference photo. That is not very creativity friendly. Step two in this process is just establishing the basic shapes. So the mushroom top is roughly oval shaped. I lightly draw an oval just above the center of the paper. The stalk is a long oval, and I like that curved shape for just a little bit more interest and makes it look more dynamic. Just make sure to sketch lightly and don't be afraid of your eraser. It's all part of the process. So step three is refining the shapes. Once you're happy with the placement and proportions, then refine those shapes. I'm dividing the oval in half so you can see the top part of the mushroom and the underside. I add the gills and the little skirt on the stalk. Step four is supporting the subject with other elements. Now that your drawing brain is turned on, have any other ideas come to you? Sometimes they don't come right away, and that's okay, but I find most of the time that I start to get more ideas when my creative brain is engaged. So I thought drawing a cute snail on top would be just right for my sketch. So let's find another reference. Remember, search quickly so you don't switch over to analysis mode for too long. You want to stay in that creative mindset. Step five is to establish the basic shapes and refine again. So once again, just block in the basic shapes before committing to any details. I started with a circle for the shell, and I'm having him reach his head up. Then I can add the swirls on the shell and other details that the little snail might need. Step six is drawing your surrounding details. Now my creative brain is really turned on, and I'm thinking little stalks of simple leaves and flowers on either side would really finish off and balance the composition. And I got the idea of a little butterfly, and it and the snail are looking at each other. Super cute. So even for this step, I'm just drawing circles where I think the flowers would be in the rough shape and size. I want to make sure that the placement is pleasing, doesn't detract from the subjects, and has a good flow before I commit to drawing the details. Now, really quick before moving on, I don't do a lot of drawing tutorials, and I would really like to know if this type of content is helpful for you. If so, and you would like to see more, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate your feedback and support. Okay, on to step 7, the final outlines. So do your final outlines. I chose a waterproof Sigma Micron pen since it will make it easier to erase all the pencil marks that I don't want to keep. Once your line art is complete and the ink is completely dry, lightly and carefully erase all the pencil marks. By the way, if you like my mushroom drawing and would like to print and trace it for your own painting practice, you can go to my website at createwithaura.com/free, and you can sign up to get access to my line art gallery, which has many other line art from my other YouTube videos, and you can print and trace and follow along. I'll put the link in the video description as well. And bonus step 8 is the color. I chose to use watercolors for this project, but you can use colored pencils, markers, gouache, whatever it is that you want to use to bring your illustration to life. With these watercolors, I decided to use some earthy natural tones, yellows, greens, oranges, and browns, just to give it that foresty vibe. For the shadow colors, I used some Perylene Violet, which is one of my favorite shadow colors for warm reds and oranges. It's just a nice purpley brown color, and it just makes it look really natural with the shading. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this drawing exercise, please like and subscribe for more art tips, techniques, and tutorials, and I will see you next time. Bye.